And this was the first sign that he did in Cana of Galilee, and his disciples began to believe in him. As I told you in the beginning of the Mass, there are 3 epiphanies. And the first epiphany we celebrated when the Magi, the wise men, come to acknowledge Jesus. The second epiphany was when the Father, at the waters of the Jordan, declared what his Son is all about. He is my Son, in whom my favor rests. Listen to him. That means he is the one who is going to reveal to us the wishes and the will of the Father. And today, Jesus proved for himself that he is God, when he changed that water into wine to really begin his ministry by showing us what his ministry is going to be at its climax. When at the Last Supper, he will take that wine and change it into his very blood for the nourishment of each one of us souls. And that's why today we have to go to the readings and see what really the Church wants to indicate to us. And we see that the message is that God loves us. That even in the hard times, God is there. He knows our needs more than we know it. And the more we surrender to him in those needs, that sometimes there is no even light at the end of the end of our journey, we see that God is next to us. And that's why we see in the first reading that after the people of Israel has spent 70 years in the land of Babylon as slaves, when Nebuchadnezzar and his son Balthasar defeat Jerusalem, defeat, as we say, the chosen people. He destroyed the temple of Solomon. He burned their homes. He destroyed even their cultivation. And he took with him all those that he can use, men and women, young and old. And for 70 years, they were unable to speak their language, to worship their God, because they have sinned. And their sin was the sin of apostasy. The sin that they turn away from the true God and go after foreign gods. And God said to them, I am your God, and there will be no God before me. And we know that the stubbornness of these people, which is the stubbornness of each one of us, they really sinned against God, and they have to pay the price for their sin. And after 70 years, a new king arrives in Syria, Cyrus I, who really defeated the power of the Babylonians and freed the slaves of the Babylonians, the people of Israel, and let them go home to build and to restore again the land that God gave through a promise to their fathers and to themselves. And listen to what he said in that reading. For Zion's sake, I will not be silent. Zion is the mountain on which Jerusalem is built. For Jerusalem's sake, I will not be quiet. Her vindication shines forth like dawn, and her victory like a burning torch. And this is the most important of the reading. No more shall people call you forsaken. Your land will not be desolated. You are my delight. Your land is my spouse. I delight in you. Your land is a spouse to me. Like a young man marry a virgin, so now I marry you. Because now God is going to dwell again in the holy city. And all those who are now destroyed by the power of, as we say, separation from their own land, they are going to come back. And God is going to help them to rebuild themselves again and begin to worship and call themselves again God's chosen people. In the Gospel, we find Jesus again speaking about that espousement. Jesus was invited to go to Cana, and I think he was invited to Cana because of Philip, who was from Cana. And his mother was there. And all of a sudden, at the wedding, the wine ran short. And the mother went to Jesus and said, they have no wine. And Jesus turned to her and said, woman, what's your concern affect me? Many of you say he was disrespectful. The word woman that St. John used there is very important, is lady, which is the title of a woman who have dignity. The woman who destroyed us at the Garden of Eden is the woman now who restores us to faith. That woman that stood under the cross, and from the cross that woman become your mother and mine. The woman who takes the name of Eve, the new Eve, who restore us to that great reconciliation with her Son and with one another.